It's important to be able to convert from radians to degrees and do it fairly quickly without going through the fraction multiplication every single time. So there's a strategy I use mentally that I just think about as counting in radians. For example, start with this: 180 degrees equals pi radians. So if you think about it, 30 degrees equals pi over 6 radians, because that's how that works. You divide 180 by 6, you get 30, you divide pi by 6, you get pi over 6 radians. So then if you think about 210 degrees is 7 times 30 degrees, well then logically 7 times 30 degrees means you have 7 times pi over 6 radians, or don't make it too complicated, just say 7 pi over 6 radians. Same thing with, start with this, 180 degrees equals pi radians. Now that means that 60 degrees equals pi over 3 radians, because 180 divided by 3 is 60, pi over divided by 3 is pi over 3. So that means if you want something like 240 degrees, well, that's 4 times 60, so that means you have 4 pi over 3 radians. So similarly, you can just count these up. You could do 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, and that's pi over 6, 2 pi over 6. 2 pi over 6, though, is pi over 3. 90 degrees, I planned my spacing on this page very badly, but 90 degrees would be 3 pi over 6. 120 degrees is 4 pi over 6. 155 pi over 6, 186 pi over 6. And then simplify these. 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2. 4 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 3. 5 pi over 6 you have to leave as it is. 6 pi over 6 you just call 6. So just think about it that way, is every 30 degrees is pi over 6 radians, and then do the math to get up to the angle you want. Same thing with 60 degrees. Now the strategy I use for 45 degrees, because it's a little tougher, but that's pi over 4 radians. Pi over 2 radians is 90 degrees, so half of that again is pi over 4. So then just think about on the unit circle here, we have 45. So this is pi over 4. This one is 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4. Down here we have 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, and finally we're back around here to 8 pi over 4. And then just simplify any of these you need to. This is 2 pi. That one doesn't simplify. This one goes to 3 pi over 2. That one doesn't simplify. This one is just equal to pi. It doesn't simplify, and this one is pi over 2. So hopefully that helps. If you want to, though, just keep doing the conversion. 60 degrees times 1 to radians, you just multiply by pi over 180. Do the math, 1, 3, you get pi over 3. Do that as much as you need to. This is kind of like learning the words in a foreign language, where at first you have to really think, okay, I saw something like 4 pi over 3, what does that mean? You kind of try to come up with a way to get it, but eventually if you do this enough, it just becomes very natural. You see something like 7 pi over 4, you can picture exactly where that is on the unit circle, and you know that it's 315 degrees without really thinking.